Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We constantly hear about artificial intelligence taking over, right? But today, we're looking at a fascinating approach that flips that fear completely on its head. We're zeroing in on this incredible synergy between silicon and soul, specifically the human edge behind AI. So get ready, because we're going to explore how pairing advanced automation with skilled professionals is literally changing the game for scaling companies. Look, if you're a business leader or a founder, this is absolutely the burning question keeping you up at night. As you try to scale your operations, you're probably worried about losing that essential human touch. Will leaning into AI make your brand feel, well, robotic? Are you going to lose the empathy and nuance that built your customer base in the first place? It's a very real, very valid fear when you look at the landscape of automation today. But what if the future isn't about replacement at all? Take a look at this brilliant framework from AmeeraTel, an AI-powered business process outsourcing company based out of Cebu. Their entire philosophy boils down to just the single quote: AI on the volume, people on the judgment. See, this isn't about firing your team and letting bots run wild. It's about brilliant augmentation. It's about leveraging technology so your people can actually focus on what makes them uniquely valuable. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's how we're mapping things out today. We'll start with the old BPO playbook, move into putting AI on the volume, and then putting people on the judgment. After that, we'll see how this transforms core business services, and wrap up with building resilient operations. All right, part one, the old BPO playbook, and frankly, the flawed paradigm of traditional scaling. For decades, the old way of outsourcing answered every single operational problem by just throwing more bodies at it. It was like a zombie horde of endless headcount. You hit a bottleneck, you added more people, and you inevitably paid for idle time and bloated overhead. The new AI-powered way, it completely flips the script. You automate the repetitive, mind-numbing volume, and you only pay for actual, tangible outcomes. It's a massive shift from a bloated legacy model to a highly efficient modern operation. Which brings us to part two, AI on the volume, or letting the machines do the heavy lifting. To really understand the human edge, we first have to understand what we're freeing the humans from, right? In this model, AI acts as this invisible, tireless shield. Check out this massive impact metric, 0.3 seconds. That is how fast AI can triage and route an incoming ticket. The very moment a customer request comes in, the AI works the first pass instantly. It classifies the severity, gauges the intent, and routes it to the exact right place in literally a fraction of a second. Requests are moving in minutes, and because it's software, it never, ever sleeps. So what exactly is the AI doing in that fraction of a second? Well, it's handling all the high-volume, rules-based tasks. We're talking about intelligent ticket triage, pulling data from documents, or deflecting basic FAQ questions in a live chat. It's meticulously managing the timing of follow-up sales dials or categorizing hundreds of daily banking transactions. You know, the exact tasks that usually slow a talented team down and just burn them out. Now, fully handled by automation. Now for part three, people on the judgment. This is where we find that irreplaceable human edge. Because once you remove all that robotic busywork, you can enthusiastically shift the focus to what humans actually do best. This modern division of labor is absolutely crucial. It ensures the right entity is handling the right task. While AI handles the instant routing, humans step in to deliver empathy and actually build a relationship with the customer. AI takes on the repetitive data, while humans tackle the complex edge cases and the nuance that a machine just can't understand. AI provides the first pass draft, and humans make the final decisions to close the loop. Now, in AmeeraTel's model, those humans are a dedicated team of over 600 English-fluent specialists based in their Cebu, Philippines headquarters. See, this whole thing isn't just about software, it's about elevating highly skilled professionals. Because the AI is clearing the path, these specialists are totally empowered to truly own the decisions, the nuance, and the care. They treat your customers and your business like their own, providing a level of service that AI simply cannot replicate. No way. Moving to part four, transforming core business services. Let's look at this synergy in action. Getting to this level of synergy follows a very precise four-step onboarding arc. First, they find the friction by auditing your operations for all that repetitive work. Second, they wire up the AI automations and integrate them directly into the tools you're already using, like Zendesk, Zoho, or QuickBooks. Third, they keep those Cebu specialists fully focused on the judgment work. And fourth, they measure the metrics, track the costs, and expand to solve your next operational bottleneck. Let's make this concrete. Imagine a single customer support ticket comes in. The AI bot immediately categorizes it by intent and drafts a reply based on your documented policies in seconds. Then the human agent takes over. They carefully review that drafted response, apply genuine human empathy to the customer's frustration, and resolve the nuanced edge case. Your support becomes incredibly lean and remarkably fast, without ever feeling automated to the customer on the other end. And hey, this model is just as powerful when we look at bookkeeping. It's the exact same AI-human split. The AI automation connects securely to your bank feeds, categorizing and reconciling daily transactions continuously. But you still have a dedicated human bookkeeper. That person reviews the automated entries, corrects any strange anomalies, handles the complex reporting, and makes sure your books are perfectly clean for year-end. The same exact logic applies to outsourced sales and telemarketing. AI surfaces lead insights, scores those leads, and manages all those exhausting follow-up dialing cadences. Because the AI is managing the lists and the timing, the human sales rep gets to spend 100% of their time actually selling. They're only engaging in live conversations that drive revenue. This totally eliminates wasted dials and the massive payroll overhead you see with traditional sales teams. Finally, part 5, building resilient operations. This is all about never depending on a single person again. Beyond making individual tasks faster, pairing silicon with soul brings incredible overarching benefits to your operations. By combining the instant processing speed of AI with the accuracy and care of a human team, businesses are seeing massive performance improvements. We're talking a 40% faster first response time. Your customers aren't waiting in long queues anymore because the AI has already done all the prep work before the human even says hello. But the real magic here is how this architecture makes the business fundamentally resilient by design. Standard operating procedures are fully documented and fed directly into the AI. Because the AI is handling the volume, the baseline work literally never stops. This creates zero single-person dependency. Think about it. If a team member is out sick, the knowledge doesn't leave with them. It lives in the systems. And of course, because you have a global team paired with always-on tech, your operations are running smoothly across 24/7 time zones. So the crucial point I want you to take away is this. This hybrid model absolutely does not sacrifice quality for the sake of speed. You might think, well, adding all this automation is going to lead to errors or frustrated customers. Actually, scratch that. The data says the exact opposite. For example, AmeeraTel's data shows a near-perfect 99.2% resolution service level agreement. Because the humans are only focused on the complex judgment calls, they get those calls right almost every single time. Which leaves us with this final critical question for your own business. Are you trying to scale the old way? Constantly battling the friction of adding more idle headcount just to keep your head above water? Or are you ready to scale with intelligence? By truly embracing the human edge behind AI, letting technology do the heavy lifting so your people can provide the nuance and care, you can build an operation that is leaner, faster, and infinitely more resilient. Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.